God. Urine's definitely not a Slurpee, guys. I wouldn't recommend it. Things aren't looking too good for me right now. I just want to feel my last goodbyes. I've enjoyed making these movie reviews for you, but let me get to the point. I've been stuck in here for about 127 hours, and things aren't looking too good for me, so my arm's stuck. I think I'm gonna have to cut it off right here, so let's get started.
Austin! What are you doing? You can't cut your arm. No, we gotta review 127 hours. What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh no.
Sweet mother... God damn. Okay.
In no way were we making fun of this movie. This movie, in case you didn't catch on, 127 hours is absolutely incredible. It is by far one of the best movies I have seen in a long time.
I will agree. It's a fantastic movie.
Before we get started,
Keith is
back, guys.
Keith, real quick, what are your initial impressions?
Well, I liked everything about it.
Really? Well, neat.
I think the music fit everything
That's true.
well. I think it had really good music. And the two girls, I don't know what that one
One of them was Kate Mara.
Yeah, she's in a lot of movies. She did a good job. I know she wasn't in very long, but she did a good job. And,
Basically, what Keith is touching on is the stuff they put in the movie with the music and the scenery is awesome. The directing is awesome. The cast is awesome. James Franco does a great job displaying Aaron Alston.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I mean, this is basically a one-man show of James Franco, and it really displays what a fantastic actor he is. He's a very versatile actor.
Before you go on, since it is a one-man show and he's stuck in such a tight spot, Danny Boyle actually used the smallest cameras used for making movies. They haven't been used. They're like one of the first movies to use them, and they can get in every crack and crevice of the cave and get great camera angles. So keep going.
Alright, so yeah, I mean, this movie really displays, you have the really serious, obviously, emotional scenes, and then you have comic relief, and you see James Franco go back and forth, and he's really good. I mean, he definitely deserves the Best Actor nomination, and, it's really unfortunate because I'm really pulling for him to win, but I know that Colin Firth from The King's Speech will win because, the Academy loves people that, no offense, that play people with, either impediments or, mental retardations, but, I think James Franco played amazing. It was amazing.
I will definitely be buying this movie.
And, if Colin Firth wasn't in the picture, if he was, James Franco, without a doubt, he would win. He was great. So now, mainly, if you don't know the story, why don't you guys talk about the story?
This guy is literally like my hero. So basically, one weekend he decides that he is going to go out to Blue Dawn Cavern, and he's going to go
it's near Moab.
He's going to go canyoneering, slot canyoneering, and he's trying to get to the Big Yacht Rappel, which is one of his favorite rappels in that area. And on his way there, he's slot caving, and he grabs a loose rock to climb down with, and it slips, and he tries to kind of block himself, and it pins his arm down, and that's where he's stuck. And his famous line is, "Oops."
He's basically stuck in the same position for just over 5 days, or 127 hours. And, the film tackles, his emotional journey, I mean, you have Aaron Ralston, who's basically, in a way, he's a tragic hero, where his flaw is the fact that he's, in a way, very selfish, and he's kind of a, he plays a one-man show. That's how he rolls, in a way, and he really experiences the dangers of that, and by the end of the journey, he basically is a completely different person, and
the cave changes him.
Yeah, and he isn't really going to be, you can tell he's not going to be selfish anymore. He's going to be really caring for everyone around him.
He may still go alone, but
he's going to be more involved with his family.
Where he's going.
Exactly. And the film tackles through his hallucinations, through his, running out of water, things like that.
He does drink his own urine.
Yeah, I mean, things like that, it makes him understand the dangers of what he's doing, and it really, those are the things that contribute to, changing his character. And
so, kind of the infamous scene of this movie, which people have hyped it up to be the worst thing ever shown in the movie, like, oh, the part where he cut his arm scene is so nasty, people are fainting left and right, there's paramedics standing by. it's not that bad. But actually, in our theater, we did have a very funny incident. Keith.
He witnessed it firsthand. So Keith, what happened?
Well, see, the arm scene had already happened. Everybody stuck it out. Everybody's okay. Then James Franco, he gets out of the cave, climbs down. What was it, like 30 feet?
He repels. It's more than that. He repels with one arm.
Yeah, he repels with one arm like 30, 40 feet, and then he's getting in the water, and then the person gets up. And then
he hasn't had water. It's a nasty puddle. I'll give it that. But I mean, compared to the arm scene, the lady
fainted because of the water, not because of the blood.
She basically face planted.
She
into
stood
the
up.
ground.
She walked over to the exit and she fell down and hit her face on the stairs.
And
funniest thing I've ever seen. I started laughing out loud in the theater. It was awesome.
And somehow one lady got lost in the theater. I don't know how that happened either.
Yeah.
But hey.
Anyway.
Before we go on, I'd like to point out something. I've seen people leave comments on YouTube saying, "Oh, look at Aaron Ralston, he's a fucking dumbass. He goes caving alone and cuts his own arm off." Well, he's not a dumbass. He is one of the most experienced climbers ever. He is the only man to ever climb all of Colorado's 14ers, which are mountains higher than 14,000 feet, alone in the winter. So he's an experienced soloist. But he does hint on the fact that going alone is a dumb decision, and he ridicules himself for doing that. And he learns his lesson from the cave. And while he may still go alone, he leaves a detailed plan of exactly where he's going to go from now on. Exactly. And he actually has plans to climb Mount Everest.
Yeah. So guys, we've touched on, for me personally, the great aspects of this movie are the acting, the directing, the screenplay, the score,
the scenery.
It's all great.
The music.
And I know you guys would agree. We've talked about this, but as for flaws, for me personally, I really don't think there are any flaws.
There are none. And
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
You can go.
I mean, I was just gonna say. I mean, I think most people would say the arm scene is a flaw, but James Franco stated in an interview perfectly. This arm scene is about a minute long, and in real life, Aaron Ralston, it took him just over 40 minutes to get through all the muscle, and it just really helps you realize what really happened and how amazing the story is. I mean, for me personally, I thought the scene was going to be even worse than it was. I mean, I stuck it out. I watched the whole thing, and the realism.
Those kind of scenes.
The realism. It really just contributes again to that atmosphere of basically it's kind of a metaphor. Whenever he gets through his arm, it's like his journey is complete and he's a changed person. And
yeah, it's hard to watch, but it's hard to do also.
Exactly. Keith, any thoughts?
Yeah, the arm scene wasn't bad. Actually, me and Matt were actually saying that
they were
breaking the bones was actually more disturbing than the actual cutting off the arm.
Yeah.
So we kind of talked about this before. I think for all three of us, it's the unanimous 5, right?
I would definitely give this movie 5 out of 5. Easily.
5.
So guys, that's our view of 127 hours. So, I gotta get going. I gotta go cut my arm off. See you guys later.
And we're not trying to make fun of this movie. It's a fabulous movie. See y'all.